Hello everyone, welcome back to Dizzy Treasures. My name is Melissa and I have a really fun little haul for you guys today. This stuff is some really exciting stuff. There's a couple pieces over here out of a small lot that I had bought on eBay that was really a crummy lot, but I got some amazing pieces out of it and it was only about $30, so I'm going to show you those. And then the rest of this is from an estate sale that I got some amazing pieces from for what I consider absolutely next to nothing. And it was funny because they had a bunch of really nice pieces in this glass cabinet when you walked into the estate sale. And they had like some Barbara Bixby rings that were beautiful, but they wanted like $175 a piece for them. And truthfully, some of the ones they had weren't even worth that when you comped them on eBay. So that was kind of funny, but they had a lot of really nice stuff. And then they had this little box over by this window in a dark corner of the room that had what looked like mostly kind of junky costume jewelry and some other tangled bits and bobs. So I actually went to that quickly after looking at the other pricey jewelry, and I found some absolute treasures in that box. And it's crazy to me because these estate sale people, you would think they would really know what they're looking for, and sometimes they still just don't. And I think it's too funny. So the very first thing I spotted in this box of tangles and costume jewelry was this scarab bracelet. And immediately upon picking it up, I knew it was gold. I could just tell by the clasp, how fine it looked, the way the links looked, and I nearly fell over because it was supposed to be a box full of more or less junk. And right off the bat, I find this beautiful, stunning bracelet. And it is, in fact, marked 14 karat. Let me see if I can get this on camera here. Yep, right there, it's marked 14K on the clasp as well. And it's marked 14K actually on both sides. And then over here, it's marked ABR. So I'm not sure, that might be a designer abbreviation. I will have to look into that a little bit more. But I could not believe that they missed this. And it just goes to show, even when you have people who swear they know what they're doing and they pull out all the best stuff, they could still miss something. So this was an absolute gem of a find. Oh, and I should say real quick too, that not including this little group here, I paid $45 for everything at this estate sale. And the only reason it even came to that much is because of this little Pandora lot here, which I paid $30 for. This was actually something that they had in their little case, and it was marked $60, but we went back, my mom and I went back the second day because we knew there was still so much cool stuff left and it was going to be 50% off. So I snagged the Pandora stuff for $30 the second day. But everything else here, except for this, like I said, this is from another lot, everything else here was just $15, guys, $15. So this bracelet was with all this other stuff, and there is more gold, I promise you, for 15 bucks. So this is why I say dig and dig some more, because you absolutely never know what you will find. So aside from this stunning gem, the next thing that I pulled out, and this was a little bit tangled amongst a bunch of other stuff, had some earrings stuck in it and things like that. This is an 18 karat gold, 750 marked Italy, solid gold station necklace. And this was also in that box of, you know, junk and costume jewelry. And you can see the marks right here, 750 Italy. And then on the back here, it's marked hold on. There we go, AH, and it has some of the Italian marks. I believe it's a star 60 TV, which I think usually indicates where it was made in Italy. But this is 18 karat gold. And when I grabbed this, I thought it was gold, but I wasn't looking super closely at everything because I knew everything from this box was going to be cheap. So I figured I'll just grab what I think looks good and I'll kind of go through it closer later. And of course, as soon as I got in the car, I was like, okay, let's just take a quick pause here and go through this box of what I believe is treasures. And sure enough, this was marked 18 karat. So that was an amazing find. Then the third piece that I pulled out was this beautiful little necklace here. This is 14 karat gold. Here's the maker's mark with the 14K. Oh, hang on. Oh, yep, that is it. It says RCI on the top and then 14K on the bottom. And this is a 14 karat gold with really beautiful little faceted semi-precious stones. It looks like we have amethyst, garnet, peridot, kind of all of the birthstone colors. And this was quite tangled up with a couple of other plastic beaded necklaces. Then the fourth piece that I came across were these very dainty, pretty lightweight little 14 karat gold earrings, hoop earrings. Now, these were absolutely disgusting, guys. There was so much ear crud on these earrings. It was borderline nauseating, to be quite honest. I had to soak them for quite a long time to even figure out where the mark was. And even with them clean, it is really, really hard to see the mark on these. It is in the strangest place, right here on the little hinge. I don't know if you can even make that out. It says RCI 14K right on this little tiny hinge, and then on the other side it says Indonesia. Now, usually with gold earrings, you would expect the mark to be on the post or maybe on this little back piece here. I've even seen occasionally on the inside, although usually that's with wider, more flat hoops. But it took me a while to find this mark. And the whole time I was looking at them at the estate sale and I was cleaning them at home, I'm like, I swear these are gold, but it seems odd to me that these wouldn't be marked because they're not super vintage. They don't particularly look artisan made or anything. And then finally I found it. So these were also in that box. Absolutely amazing. And they're in really great condition. They cleaned up really well. You would never know how gross they were when I first got them. So those were all the absolutely amazing gold finds from this estate sale, but there are more really cool pieces. The next awesome thing that I grabbed were these Judith Jack earrings. These were marked here at $79.99 originally. And then on the back, they even had an original price of $295. Now, obviously, these are not necessarily the prices I will be listing these for because, you know, you have to go off of market value on eBay or wherever you're listing. When I comped them, I'm thinking around probably the $80 or $90 range. These do need to be cleaned up, but they are, in fact, on the correct card. They do have the 925 Judith Jack mark under here. And this is the mark you'll look for when you look for Judith Jack on sterling. It'll usually be this JJ symbol and then 925. But these were included in that $15 lot of stuff I bought the first day. So that was amazing. These are super cool. I couldn't actually find an exact comp, and these are very detailed and very cool. So I think those should be a good seller. I also picked up that first day this very pretty little camphor glass pin. Now, unfortunately, this does have a little bit of damage. It looks like it has a little cracking, but still, I couldn't leave it behind. It's so pretty. It's most likely just silver tone metal. It could be sterling. I will test it for sure. But I thought that was just too cool to leave behind. I could either list this and mention the damage or put it in a repair lot, but super cool to find anyway. I don't often find camphor glass, so that was a neat little find. Then I picked up this beautiful real carved shell cameo, and this one is so unique. It's a woman with what looks like a swan maybe, or a crane, some type of bird, and I thought it was just so cool. It is marked on the back 800 silver. It is a pin pendant combination. And this is just super cool. I find lots of cameos. I have found lots of shell cameos, but never one that depicts a woman and a bird. So I thought this was really neat. I like this a lot. And I think that one should do well. Another thing I picked up that first day in the $15 group were these Judith Jack sterling silver extender chains. I'm sure these are not worth a ton of money. It looks like, whoops, originally retail they were worth, you know, they cost about $10. I'm sure they're not worth a lot, but I couldn't leave them behind. Sterling silver Judith Jack. I'm sure there's some need for these. Some people can really make great use of the extender chains. I know I have in the past as well. I'm not a huge fan of wearing choker length necklaces. 18 inches is about as short as I'll go. 17, 16, I can wear them, but they always make me feel like I'm, well, being choked. So I love to have the extender chains for necklaces like that. Another piece I found, and this, oddly enough, this was included in the $15 as well. This was in the room that had all the Christmas decorations, and there was a tiny little box with a bunch more junky, broken jewelry, but I did find this little bracelet, which is very cool. This is a vintage, probably tourist kind of charm bracelet. It is marked sterling silver right here on the clasp. I'm pretty sure that the charms are sterling silver as well, but I will test them because they are not marked. And it looks like they have little turquoise cabochons. So I thought that was a cute little pickup as well. And then this stuff in here, this was some more stuff I picked up that first day. This was absolutely beautiful. This is sterling silver. And at first I thought it was mother of pearl inlay because that is really what it looks like. But when looking on the back, I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like enamel. So I'm unsure if this is mother of pearl maybe on top with the enameling underneath, or if the top of the enamel just kind of has a mother of pearl coating somehow. I'll have to look into this piece a little further. This is a pin and a pendant as well. Really pretty. It is quite tarnished, but I actually kind of like it that way. I think it looks really pretty. And this does have another maker's mark. It's marked 925 right here. It's really hard to see with the tarnish. And there is another little mark right here. I can't quite make it out. I even tried to look with my loop and I'm not sure I can make it out, but very pretty. Then next I picked up this bracelet. I thought this was super cool. This is most likely handmade. These beautiful crystal beads, and they are kind of sewn together more or less with this absolutely stunning design. It's really pretty. I love the blues and greens. And this has a really nice older sterling silver clasp as well. I don't believe this clasp is marked. I will have to test it, but it does look sterling silver to me. And I just thought that was too cool to leave behind. I really like that one a lot. And then I grabbed this really cool necklace. I thought this was pretty. This has a sterling silver clasp here. And it has some interesting leather accents here as like an extender, and also some leather knotting here by the main statement beads. Not too sure what these stones are, but they're really pretty. I really like it a lot. It could be really nicely artisan made. I'm not too sure, but I love these stone necklaces, especially when they have sterling silver findings. I think that just makes it even a little better. And then this next piece, this is kind of funny. This is not a piece of jewelry, but it was in with the jewelry. And when I found it, I said, this is too cool, with this molded glass fruit on top of this like little, what looked like a nail to me, with this really cool brass and ornate finial. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is, but it's too cool and I can't leave it there. And it strikes me as something that might be Victorian. So I get home and I Google image this, and as it turns out, this is an old Victorian photo hanging nail. So you would unscrew this beautiful finial piece, hammer this nail into the wall, hang the photo on it, and then screw this back on, or possibly screw this back on and then hang the photo onto it. And it's crazy to me because in the Victorian era, even the nails they would hang their pictures with were fancy. And it's just so funny to me. They had something for everything back then, and everything was just over the top fancy. It would be crazy to me if we still lived like that. You know, I feel like things have gotten a lot less fancy over the decades. And so when I found out what this was, I couldn't believe it. And I just think it's so cool. I mean, look how beautiful this molded glass piece is. So not tons and tons of value in these. I see them listed anywhere between, you know, $20 and maybe $45. Mine is a little bit fancier than the ones I found, so I'll start high and see how it goes. But even though it's not jewelry, I thought you guys would appreciate that, and I absolutely had to show you because that was just too cool. So that was really exciting from that first day. And now the second day when we went back, and I actually purchased a whole bunch of other non-jewelry items the second day. This sale was so cool. They had this Christmas room just loaded with vintage Christmas decorations, and my mom and I picked up a whole slew of Radco Christmas ornaments on the second day for half off. So that was really cool. We got a bunch of vintage Radco ornaments for, you know, $2.50 to $3 a piece. And actually, the woman who was running it ended up giving us a really great deal. There were a whole bunch of Radco Easter ornaments left over, which I'm not really too into decorating for Easter, but I figured, hey, for resale, I'm sure they would be great. And we got a massive pile of Radco Easter stuff and some other Christmas items for like $30. It was really, really fun. But the second day for jewelry, I did pick up this Pandora stuff. Now, unfortunately, there aren't too many charms with this bracelet, but what really got me was this super cute little Christmas choo-choo train charm. It has a little present in the back. It's really adorable, and it seemed really unique to me. And as it turns out, this little charm alone is worth about $45 to $50. And that's the awesome thing about Pandora, is not every charm is worth a lot of money. A lot of times I pick up charms and I sell them for like $12 to $15, give or take. But some of them are harder to find. They're a little more unique, and this happens to be one of them. It also included this little Christmas tree charm, which is super cute with little rhinestones. I did comp this one, and I forget what it was, maybe around $20. And then this little love charm needs a little cleaning. I think the little kind of bail part here used to be gold vermeil, which may have worn off a bit, but I'll just clean it up and state that when I list it. But that was cute. I couldn't find a comp on that one. And then, of course, the bracelet itself. And then this little piece was included. So this I thought was odd at first because there's this weird leather thing. I thought it was a bracelet, but this can just slide right off of here, which would make you lose it, and it's too small to get onto your wrist. So I think this is actually just a Pandora pendant for maybe a necklace, and this is possibly just what they put them on when they sell them. But this is really pretty too. It's a little Pandora charm with a pink crystal. It says Pandora right on the little petal there. And then I believe, let me see, somewhere on here it may have been the bail. Yep, the bail itself has the 925 and ALE on the bottom there. So that's definitely Pandora. And same thing with the bracelet. It has all of the signs that it would be real Pandora. So there's the little crown over the O, which is one of the first things I look for when I'm looking at Pandora. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this because it's very dark inside of this little clasp. I think you can kind of see it. What you want to look for. Oh yeah, I think it's picking it up. Right in here, you can see it says 925 ALE. And when you see that and the O with the crown on it, you know it's an authentic Pandora bracelet. There are slews of fake Pandora bracelets out there. Some of them are very clearly knockoffs. They have lobster claw clasps. They're super bright silver plated looking. They have extender chains and all that. But you will find many fakes that look similar to the original Pandora. And most of the time, they will not have that crown over the O. that's how you know. That's kind of their signature. That can tip you off straight off the bat. If there's no crown on that O, it's not Pandora. But then even if there is a crown, because I have seen a fake with a crown, you've got to look for the 925 ALE mark on the inside of the clasp. And if you don't find that, even if it has the crown over the O, that's how you know. And then same thing with all of the charms. Every single Pandora charm will be marked 925 ALE somewhere on the charm. And I have found fake charms that are marked 925 ALE, and they're usually not sterling. So that's how I tell. But you can see right here, ALE. And then even on this little love charm, 925 ALE. So you always want to look for that. And like I said, a lot of times I haven't found many marked ALE that have not been Pandora, but they're usually not sterling. So if you test them, they won't be sterling silver, and that's how you can know. But yeah, so for 30 bucks, I feel this was a great little pickup with this Pandora lot. I have a Pandora bracelet myself. I was thinking about maybe even keeping the little Christmas tree because it's so darn cute. But I think it was worth it, especially considering I paid $45 for everything here. This being 30, it doesn't even matter because right off the bat, I mean, we have all this gold. So it's kind of like if I had paid $45 for this, we could have said I paid 10 for this and, you know, 20 for the rest of this or whatever. My math is not mathing today. And it still would have been a great deal. So that's how I kind of look at it. But overall, amazing score. I could not believe the gold pieces that they missed. It's been probably 2 or 3 weeks now since I've picked this up, and I'm still blown away by that. But it was a lot of fun for sure. And also, I have these 3 pieces. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, this was a small lot I purchased on eBay. I think I paid about $30 or $35 for the lot. It was maybe 5 or 6 pounds. It was mostly junk. It was not a great lot, but I mean, it was a great lot because I got these 3 pieces. But overall, there was a lot of junk in the lot. But these 3 pieces were mixed in, and all 3 of these are gold. So these 2 here, these 2 rings, this is a 14 karat gold and aquamarine ring. Then we have this beautiful 14 karat gold glass carved cameo ring. This one's a tiny guy. I want to say maybe like a size 4 or 5. And this one is marked right here, 14 karat JS or JC. I think it's JC. And then this one here has the, oh, I'm sorry, this one's not 14K, it's 10 karat. This one is 10 karat, but it's got the mark right in there. And I did test these already. They are legitimately gold. And then this amazing piece, this is 10 karat gold and it is unmarked. And I looked everywhere for a mark on this piece. I tested it like 5 or 6 times to be sure. It is definitely 10 karat gold. It has a little hook there and just kind of a hinge on this side so you can slip it onto your wrist. Now I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but this is an Irish symbol. It's pronounced, I want to say Cladog, maybe. I'm probably wrong. If you guys know how to pronounce that correctly, please do correct me. I never mind. I love to know what I'm saying right and wrong. So either way, it's a beautiful bracelet. I was hoping the center stone was a diamond. It's not, it's a CZ, but it's still absolutely beautiful. It does have a white gold. I guess this is supposed to be a heart, a hand, 2 hands holding a heart, I believe. And that piece does have a white gold finish. It's wearing off a little bit, but it's not that noticeable. And this was in that lot. And I nearly fell out of my chair when I found it because I thought it was gold right off the bat and I could not believe it. And then I didn't see any marks and I was like, I don't know. But like I said, I tested it multiple times and it is definitely 10K. So that was a really, really exciting find, as well as these 2 rings here as well. This I think this cameo is so cool. I'm not sure if you guys might know if there's a name for this bluish kind of glass. I almost thought maybe it looked like sapphirette. I could be saying that one wrong too. But I don't know. It is kind of an interesting color. It's like a grayish kind of blue. And then the top is like a whitish carved cameo. So I'm not really too sure, but it does appear to be glass to me. And I thought that was a really neat find. Definitely an older piece. So yeah, this lot, if it teaches you nothing other than the fact that you should always dig through what people think is junk, then I hope you at least leave this video with that, because I mean, it's honestly astonishing. And I know I've said this probably 100 times already, but it just amazes me what people think is nothing when it's absolutely something. So keep treasure hunting, guys. Keep digging. And I hope you find as much good stuff as I do, because it's so much fun. And it's so cool to find these pieces. It really is. And I love sharing them with you guys as always. If you enjoyed today's video, please do like and subscribe. I would absolutely appreciate it. It's been great making videos for you guys, and I just love to do it. So like and subscribe so I can keep making videos and keep bringing in more lots to go through. I'll have another lot to go through in a few days as well. So I will see you in that next one, and have a great weekend.